I've been thinking about people that have been sending messages on social media and they put a message on it and it might be maybe not very nice, but they've had a 25, 30 year, 40 years career, and they send one message and the next thing their career's over, it's finished. And it made me think that maybe I would like to do a video and maybe ask people to ask themselves questions before they send the message. And I've written down general questions, about 13 questions to ask yourself before you send the message, and then 5 key questions to ask yourself before you send this message. And because social media is so quick, you can have the thought in your head, you send the message and the whole world knows about it, and you can't retract it. It's out there and that's it. Your career could be over in 10 sentences, or not 10 sentences, 10 words. So I've asked myself these questions before I send the message, and hopefully you like them and maybe it might help yourself. The first one, and probably the most important one, is could I be sacked from sending this message? The last thing you want to do is send a tweet and find out on a Monday morning you don't have a job. And it's all this, the knock-on effect to how do you pay your bills, how do you do this, that and the other, and you're like, why did I send that tweet or message, whatever, you know. Before I sent this message on social media, was I thinking about the topic in the first place? The chances are you probably weren't. You maybe having a wee browse, you looked at something, you thought, oh, that's nice, or that's interesting, or that makes me angry, I'm going to react to this. But maybe before you even opened it up, you never even thought about it. And what emotions are you feeling when you're sending a message? Do you feel sad, happy, joyful, neutral? That's unlikely because you're going to feel one or the other. Angry, hurt? Do you feel stimulated by sending a message? Do you feel proud? Or you might have a different feeling. What kind of emotions are you having when you're sending messages? You might read a post or a message, and are you sending a message to try and get your emotions off your chest, that you feel totally compelled to write a message there and then because you're so angry or upset? What is the motivation for sending the message in the first place? Is it to tell others of your intelligence? Is it to tell them your inner wisdom? Is it to show how funny you are? Or is it simply just to get a reaction from other people, just to get that wee buzz of getting thumbs up and such like? And do you message people to wind them up and get pleasure out of making them angry, just because maybe your own life is kind of rubbish? The next day, do you dwell on social media, on the messages that were sent or maybe received the next day? Does the message really matter if you send it? Probably not, but you might feel compelled to send it anyway. But again, this is like the short-term reaction to it. Other one is, am I getting paid to send this message? Probably not. Or am I paying to send this message? Now that's probably more likely. It might not be what you maybe think, as in physically paying for it. You're not sending a check just to send that specific message, but you are paying it with obviously your contract with your mobile or whatever, but also time spent on social media. I think roughly you're working a part-time job on the same time you spend on social media, so you could probably make about between 5 and 6 grand on an average wage per year just on spent on social media, which is quite a considerable amount of money. So last but not least, I've wrote down the last 5 key questions to ask ourselves. And the first one, obviously, am I going to get sacked sending this message? Could I offend someone or company by this message? 3, will I benefit from sending this message? Probably not. And the other one is this the best use of my time? We all know we've spent time on the laptop and we're like, yeah, I really could do with getting my washing done, but I'm just going to spend another 5 minutes on this, and it's not really much use to anyone. And when we do come off it, we're like, oh my god, I've got to do this, that and the other, where before we had tons of time, but we've just ruined it. Maybe when you write a text or a message or whatever, you can give yourself 5 minutes to think about it before you send it, and see if you think, you know what, I'm just going to delete that. But I think in general it's so easy to see the internet as a whole big wide world that's one big fun place to be, and when you switch it off you're just going into your own room. You actually physically feel yourself in the room, and you also find yourself in a situation that maybe your life isn't going that well after all, and that can be quite hard because you think you always want to be stimulated by something, by someone, and I think that's probably the hardest part, to realise that, you know, you need to maybe think about doing long-term goals, and even for them something like proper stimulation, like you could learn a French lesson or learn a language, and you go on once a week and you only learn 2 or 3 words, and it's slow and could say maybe even monotonous as well, but the long-term goal is that you're going to be able to go to another country and speak with the native people, and obviously in a foreign language, where if you spend time on social media, all you're doing is the short-term stimulation, but in the long term you're not going to achieve anything. Nobody's going to come up to you in 5 years time and go, oh, thanks very much for that thumbs up, I really enjoyed that, I thank you very much. The chances are you don't even remember the post, they don't remember the post. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first time I've kind of done a video like this, so it's a bit of a trial and error. I hope you like it, and if you get any benefit from it, then that's good. If you like videos like this, then please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, and even better, subscribe. Thanks for watching.